New ships. Close test 12.9. In update 12.9, we're going to introduce the following ships. Italian cruiser Francesco Ferruccio. German battleship Scharnhorst 43. What? They're really fucking milking that 43 shit, aren't they? European destroyer stored. I was saying. I was. As I was saying, they're really fucking milking that 43 shit. Destroyer stored 43. And American aircraft carriers Yorktown and Essex. Huh? What? Wait, are they already adding the support CVs? Because wasn't Essex being used as a support CV? But, what? But they used, huh? Essex was tier 9 though, now it's tier 10. What? Or is it? Or is it tier 9? No, but if it's... American aircraft carrier Essex is returned for the game for testing, accompanied by Yorktown. These ships will be added to the tick tree in the future. Independence, a tier 6 aircraft carrier, will also enter testing in one of the upcoming updates. Details about her will be available later. New carriers have less attacking potential but can provide more utility with their new tools. Both Yorktown and Essex have access to one standard squadron torpedo bombers and two tactical squadrons, attack aircraft and dive bombers, with jet-assisted takeoff. Their torpedo bombers need less time to reach the optimal spread when dropping torpedoes compared to other carriers, and especially other American carriers. While a single torpedo has a relatively low damage, it is compensated by the high number of torpedoes and their above-average speed. This reads like fucking Ebola. Fast aiming time? Fast aiming time for optimal spread, high number of torpedoes, fast speed. This sounds like Ebola. Their attack aircraft uses HE rockets with high penetration and fire chance, but the number of rockets per payload is relatively low. Sounds like Tiny Tims. As for the dive bombers, they have a relatively low penetration and fire chance, but there are numerous bombs per payload. Both tactical squadrons can provide cover for their allies using the smoke curtain generating consumable that was recently introduced in concealed maneuvers. Additionally, these ships can call for a patrol fighter that arrives much faster compared to most carriers. However, its spotting range is relatively low, similar to Burns fighters. As a result, these fighters take more of a defensive and interceptor role. They're really adding new fucking carriers already to the game. Already. Despite the fact that they still haven't fucking acknowledged anything regarding plane spotting. No fucking way. Bro, they literally just told us in their fucking feedback about clan battles, they told us that Louisiana shows outlier performance due to her plane spotting. So it had to be banned from clan battles. And now they're like, hey, you know what this game needs? More fucking carriers. Sheesh. What happened to the mines though? Wasn't the mines supposed to be a US thing? I remember when they in the testing, the Shokaku and Taiho had the smoke screen, and this thing had the minefield. But this sounds like really fun to deal with. Like, even if you manage to close in on this target and catch it, it can smoke itself up. Jesus. American aircraft carrier Yorktown. Tier 8. Wait, is this an accurate model of the Yorktown? Why does it look weird? Something looks weird. Maybe I'm retarded. Yorktown. This is Yorktown. Let's see. It's an Essex class Yorktown. What? It's a class representation, as are all Tech Tree ships. No, they aren't. That's bullshit. They've skipped that shit a long time ago. They've skipped that shit a long time ago. The whole class representation thing. On some ships, sure, but isn't there a lot of Yorktown classes? There's a lot of Yorktown classes in the game already. 3? Yeah, so why would it need to represent the class? That doesn't make any sense. And I mean, Iowa is literally modeled as the Iowa. It doesn't represent the whole class. There were some other ships as well that weren't representative of the class. Yamato? Oh yeah, Yamato doesn't represent like Musashi. They're individually modeled. Like Yorktown, Anti, and Hornet. Yeah, exactly. Whatever. It's whatever. But just seems weird. Strict framework. Nevertheless, American designers managed to make these 20,000-ton aircraft carriers but fast and capable. Yada yada yada. Essex. The return of Essex. This is actually my most played carrier. Essex. I used to play the shit out of this back in the RTS era. Back when carriers actually required significant hands and you couldn't just drool on your keyboard. This was on my EU account. On my EU account, chat, like Essex. It's gonna be one of the most played. Wait, display order by battles. Oh, battles. Here we go. 227, my most played carrier from RTS era. Essex old. And now it's making a return with 0 skill required. Very cool, very cool. You love to see it. You love to see it. You love to see it. Okay. Ship parameters. Yorktown. Maximum speed 32.5. Rudder time 12.4. 12.4 rudder time. Isn't that really good? That's really good rudder shift. What the fuck? Why is it so good? Surface detect 13. Okay, cool. Gotta be stealthy, man. Gotta be. Merman's Controller? Yeah, but back then there weren't many premiums in the game. And Murmansk was one of the best money makers at tier 5, so I played a shit ton of Murmansk to grind money. Because back then there weren't a lot of premiums. One of the first premiums that came out that was higher tier than that was a toggle, I think, at tier 8. Turpits and a toggle were some of the first premiums in the game. Back when people still played tier 5. Back when people still played all the tiers and not just only tier 10 or super ships. Attack aircraft. Rockets in payload 2. Maximum rocket damage. Armor penetration 68. Jesus. How many are in a strike? 5 aircraft. So 10 rockets for 5.4k. Wow. Really weak. Oh, here's the torp bombers. Attacking flight 2. Aircraft squadron 8. So you can drop 4 times. Torpedoes in payload 2. So you drop 4 torps. 43 knot base. Holy shit. Torpedo arming, this is 577 meters. It's gonna be able to drop on your broadside. Nice. With 43 knots. That's before the speed. Jesus Christ. This is gonna be so Ebola again. Eesh, it's gonna be so Ebola again. Size of attacking flight 6. Bombs in payload 2. So 12 bombs. 62k alpha. No, actually, it's gonna be more than that. Fuck me. It's gonna be more. 74k alpha. 74,000 alpha total. Jesus. That's very cool. 42mm pen. Chance to cause fire 35. Very cool. And this was the lower tier one. Very cool. Very cool. Very cool. So S6 tier 10. Our support CB. Rudder shift 13.9. Bro, how the fuck does this massive fucking aircraft carrier have better fucking rudder shift than basically all BBs except like Thunder at tier 10? How the fuck does that even work? And why is it so goddamn stealthy as well? Fuck's sake, man. Fucking stupid. Torpedo bombers. 2 plus 2, 43 knots, arming distance 577. Cool, cool, cool. Cool, cool. You see the Essex only has 90mm plating? Yeah, but that's the lowest tier plating. It's like, when they say low plating, like, they usually talk about this kind of shit. See, Midway also has 90mm. This is what they talk about when they say 90mm plating. This is 19. But how often do you actually hit these parts? Well, basically never, because you're shooting across the map and you're hitting this shit. It's 25mm deck on the Essex. Okay, if that stays, that's brilliant, because then that thing can actually be killed, but I'll believe it when I see it. I'll believe it when I see it. I'll believe it when I see it. Isn't the support carrier supposed to be at odd tier? I guess Wargaming saw more profits in slapping it into tier 10. I don't know. I thought so as well. It used to be a tier 9. What do I know? What do I know? 9 bombers. Wait, size of attack and flight 6. Bombs in payload 4. 24 bombs. For 54. Wait. Okay. 24 times 5,004. Okay. Wait, it's a single squadron. Size of attacking flight 6, or aircraft per squadron 6. So you drop all 6 and then you recall. But holy shit, that damage output is insane. It's like tactical fucking bombers. Sport CV, by the way. Sport CV. Yeah, it's like a fucking Russian CV. Very cool. Okay, we've made it through the Ebola. Bit of chemotherapy. Cleanse impure thoughts. Francesco Ferruccio, tier 7. That thing looks like it's... It looks like a kid who's pulled his pants up too high. Like he's got his pants up to his tits. That's what it looks like. Like there's no superstructure, but then gigantic fucking pants. But like, this is a lot of broadside. This is a lot of... I bet this thing is gonna blow the fuck up very quickly. Long-range light cruiser. Oh boy. 852mm guns. Okay. Left end. She has access to HE and SAP shells. For a light cruiser, that's not too bad. Like the lack of AP is not gonna be that bad. However, her damage per minute is not the highest. Uh-oh. The ship has poor armor and low HP pool, but high speed and good maneuverability, as well as excellent concealment. Excellent concealment isn't that valuable in long-range cruisers, because you want to farm a lot. So the low concealment is generally not that big of a benefit. HE DPM 106. The lack of DPM scares me a lot, because look, if you're playing a cruiser, you bring a cruiser for, unless you're Soviet or Napoli, in which case you bring it for tankiness, you bring a cruiser either for utility or damage output. Utility means a lot of radar coverage, although often radar ships also bring a lot of damage, which is the other thing you bring a cruiser for, damage output. But if you have a cruiser that doesn't have any utility or tankiness, then the only thing remaining for it to be valuable is damage output. And if the damage output sucks, then we have some problems. So what did you say? 100 and... Let me see. 108k... 106k HEDP. Where does this place start to do? 106... Whoa. Whoa, really? Barely beats Indianapolis in HEDPM? And Indianapolis is a ship that brings utility, radar, and shits on other cruisers. Uh-oh. Okay, that's not good. Also, Indianapolis is much tankier. SAP DPM 190k. Okay, so SAP DPM puts you up here above Lhasa, which is pretty okay, but then of course you got to remember SAP not as efficient as HE and can't start any fires, so the effective DPM is not going to be, it's going to be lower than Shores. A lot lower than Shores in terms of actual effectiveness. 28.4k health. Torpedo projectile, main battery 2x4. Wait, 2x4? What? Wait, oh shit, it's quad turrets. What the fuck? So it's one quad front, one quad back. I didn't even notice that. That's pretty fucking dented. Fire chance 7%. Okay, 25mm baseband. Okay. Sap seems okay. 9.5 second reload. Fast turret reverse. Oh no, is it? Oh, it's ship-based ASW, chat. Ship-based ASW. And you drop 2 bombs. You drop 2 bombs per charge. Bloop, bloop. That's your ASW. Ship-based 2 bombs. And you have 2 charges. Holy shit, that is tragic. That is so fucking tragic. Wow. Actually, a complete victim against subs. Complete victim against subs. Torpedo tubes, 2x4. 13.9, range 13.5, speed 56. So these are like hopium torpedoes. You launch them and you hope someone eats them that doesn't run hydro, because if you run hydro, they're easily dodgeable. AA. Junk. 4.6 camps, giga junk, 4 flak. Okay, so you're a victim against carriers and subs. But in return, you do 36.5 knots. You have a 620 turning circle. Okay, you handle well. You're very fast. Surface detect is 9.6, which is going to place you at what? 8.7, I guess? 8.64. Yeah, no, it'll run down to 8.6. 8.6 conceal. You do have a smoke gen. And you can run. Whoa. Oh no, just spotting meant for range. Yeah, okay. So you can run fighter plus exhaust and get really close to enemy ships and shoot them from 4.4. That's pretty nice. But besides that, you're just gonna blow the fuck up. Honestly, this thing seems most useful for dumpstering DDs early game. You use the speed and the conceal to support your DD. And then when your DD starts fighting the enemy DD, you smoke up and you smash the DD with slap. And then you run the fuck away. That's really the biggest value this thing brings. But that's pretty much it. If the armor is thin enough, then DDs will be able to sit that out as well, though. And everyone will blow you out of the water. German battleship Scharnhorst 43. I love that all our requests to buff the Scharnhorst so it isn't a complete meme anymore has gone into making a Scharnhorst that they can milk a second time. Big fan. Big fan. Big fan. Why fix the old one when you can just redo it and sell it again? Smart. Scharnhorst 43, the lead ship in a series of 2 battleships designed for raiding operations. Entered service a few months before the outbreak of World War II. Scharnhorst made their first combat voyage in November 1939, following by landing in Norway, raiding the Atlantic and breakthrough across the English Channel. In 1943, the battleship was transferred to Norway to counter Arctic convoys. On December 26, 1943, Scharnhorst was sunk in battle with an Allied squadron off North Cape. Compared to Scharnhorst 43 has a shorter fire range, lower accuracy, and slower reload speed. What? Shorter fire range, lower accuracy, and slower reload. But do you know what Scharnhorst is famous for, chat? It destroyed the HMS Glorious, a carrier, from 26 kilometers. Well, it didn't destroy it. It hit it and disabled it entirely. And then they managed to sink it afterwards. But it shares the World War II record for the longest ship hit with the Warspite at 26 kilometers. This ship should be known for its incredible accuracy and range. And now the modernized version of Scharnhorst gets shorter in fire range and lower accuracy. Isn't Sharn your favorite ship? It used to be one of my favorite ships. I love this ship. But what Wargaming does to fucking Scharnhorst is a gigantic tragedy. And it already has shit range and accuracy for some fucking reason. Like, look. HMS Glorious. Let's see. Let's see, sinking here. Here. The HMS Glorious. This ship here. HMS Glorious. Aircraft carrier. Sinking. Here we go. Okay. The first hit opened fire at Ardent at a range of 16,000 yards, 15 kilometers, causing the destroyer to withdraw. Scharnhorst, but it was hit several times by the German ship's secondary armament and sank. So, the secondary armament killed it at 15 kilometers. And then Scharnhorst switched her fire to Glorious at 1632 and scored her first hit 6 minutes later on her third salvo at a range of 26,000 yards, 24 kilometers, when one 28.3 centimeter hit in the forward flight deck hit the forward flight deck and burst into upper hangar, starting a large fire. This hit destroyed 2 swordfish being prepared for flight, and the hole in the flight deck prevented any other aircraft from taking off. Are you listening, Wargaming? Splinters penetrated the boiler casing and caused a temporary drop in steam pressure. At 1658, the second shell hit the homing beacon above the bridge and killed or wounded the captain and most of the personnel stationed there. Ardent smoke screen became effective enough to impair the visibility of Germans, so they ceased fire, but then later they were hit again, and they closed the distance and continued to fire until it sank. So, imagine destroying the flight deck, can't send planes, caused the fire, can't be instant DCP'd, fucking disabled the carrier from 26 kilometers, and now, I mean, this is just fucking laughing at Wargaming's the depiction of carriers and what carriers were actually like. But now you have this ship, famous for this incredibly long hit, being modernized in World of Warships to a short, low accuracy ship. My god, if this isn't fucking heresy. This is absolute fucking heresy, man. Complete and fucking heresy. Instead, her secondary guns have a higher rate of fire and her torpedoes have a faster reload time. She can also use the repair part that restores more HP per second as a shorter cooldown. Unlike Scharnhorst, she doesn't have access to spotting aircraft. Historical accuracy never existed in WoW. No, it really didn't. It really didn't. Everything they do, every change they take. I mean, back in the day, they did try to like mimic what ships were known for and famous for, but my god, that's fucking fallen off, hasn't it? Now it's just full-blown fantasy. This is fucking insulting to the fucking Scharnhorst, man. Pisses me off. Pisses me off. Pisses me off. I have a fucking... I have a fucking painting in my living room, chat. I have a fucking painting in my living room. The Battle of North Cape. I have this painting in my living room. And that's the Scharnhorst. That's the Stored. Those are the shells illuminating it. This was the Battle of the North Cape where they sank the Scharnhorst. Like, it's fucking disgusting to see what Wargaming does with actual historical ships. Fucking disgusting, man. Star shells, yeah. Flares, star shells. Okay, what is it? Firing range 18.9. Reload time 23. 25-second transfers. Reload time 30. At least it gets plane-based ASW. Imagine if we had night battles. That would be incredible. But that's probably never gonna happen. Torpedo tubes 2x3. Maximum damage. 6 km torps. Okay, 45-second reload. How does that help though? Generally, when you brawl, you get torpedo. Either you get your torpedoes off, or you don't. I don't know what the reload helps. Of course, plane-based ASW. It's a BB, bro. This is wargaming we're talking about. Secondary armament. Okay. 6.3 cam range. What does that equal with full build? What does that equal? AA defense. Wait, what was the health on this? 56.3. If you get a bad HP roll, the torps will break in the first secondary HE that hit them. Yeah, exactly. 9.5. The reload time is 23 seconds. 23 seconds. What is the current reload on the ship? $25. No, wait, what? No, my reload is 20. Huh? Wait, what? So you lose 15% reload? You lose 15% reload. Jesus. Okay. Secondary armament. I guess the reload is better on those. The AA, holy shit, the AA is a complete tragedy. It does 30 knots, 14.5 second rudder shift. Less rudder shift, by the way, than, just want to highlight that that's less rudder shift than they put on the fucking Essex. Where's the Essex? Rudder shift 13.9. Just so we're aware, we understand how wargaming design ships. This is a carrier that will sit in the back of the map that can smoke itself up, that never has to take part in any direct combat. 13.9 rudder shift. And this is a battleship that they intend to brawl with. And 14.5 second rudder. Okay. Okay. Sure. Maximum speed 30 knots. Surface at 15.2. No hydro. So it already fucking sucks to push in with the Scharnhorst. Shit, it's a fucking struggle to push in with ships that have hydro. And they want this thing to push in with 30 knots, 14.5 second rudder, no hydro, no AA. And these 283 guns that have gotten so power crept it's not even funny, but now they're even worse. How come Heinrich has hydro but this doesn't? I don't fucking know. But like, why the fuck would I want to play this thing? I say this as someone who fucking loves the concept of Scharnhorst in the game. And like the design, I think it's a gorgeous looking ship. Why the fuck would I want to play this thing? Push into subs and CVs with no hydro. And no fucking guns. And hope my secondaries and torps will carry me till the end. Well, it does have a faster reloading heal though. 60 second heal. It does have a faster reloading heal. 60 seconds. It's not 80, it's 60. So you can be milked for a bit more before you blow up. Dude, that's a really fucking hard sell for me. I mean, the armor on this ship is pretty good. Don't get me wrong. Scharnhorst has pretty nice armor. So it's gonna be less about the guns and more about AI gaming. And hoping they don't farm you. The problem, of course, becomes when someone shoots you. That's gonna become the real problem. When someone shoots you, I don't know what the fuck you're supposed to do. I don't know what the fuck you're supposed to do when someone like torps you or whatever. Someone torps you or a carrier strikes you, I don't know what you're supposed to do except blow up. I mean, it'll probably make money. People will probably still buy it. Stored 43. Two ships in a series were transferred and was named Stored and Svenner. During the Battle of the North Cape, Stored was involved in sinking German battleship Scharnhorst. Involved. I mean, that's kind of downplaying Stored's involvement. Stored was massive balls. It sailed very fucking close. Like it was even commended, I think, by the British sailors because of how fucking close it sailed to them. And like how brave the crew was on that ship. Whatever. Stored was a massive chat. Yeah, Stored was a massive chat. Stored is an artillery destroyer, and while she is armed with only 4 guns and single turrets, they have good damage per minute and accuracy. Unlike Stored, she has access to AP shells. I thought no one uses that. That's why they removed it, right? They removed the AP shells because no one would use it. Their torpedoes have shorter range but higher speed and deal more damage. Ship has a low HP pull, pretty bad concealment, and mediocre speed. Okay. The ship has access to smoke generator but lacks engine boost. Instead, she has 1 charge of specialized repair party, super heal. Dude, this is I hate designs like this when they give you a ship 1 or 2 of a consumable that you absolutely need, because then you have no choice but to spec superintendent. Like it's literally not even an option. Obviously, if you have bad concealment, mediocre speed, and no engine boost, obviously you're gonna spec superintendent for the extra heal. All it makes is make your build more like written in stone. 11.9k health. Watch people fucking have a super heal and 11.9 and still don't spec survivability expert. Watch that shit happen. 11.9 at tier 7 though. Isn't that like fuck? That might be one of the lowest health pools in the game, right? It is. It's easily the lowest. The lowest before that is Shiratsuyu at 12.8. 11.9. Holy shit. That's obscenely garbage. 4 guns, 11.8. 20mm pan off. 11.8 base. Shell velocity seems pretty okay, 120s. Reload time 3.5. What is the DPM on this thing? Has anyone calculated? Wait, could we already see it? No, we can't see the ship here yet. Can't see the ship here, that's unfortunate. Anyone calculated the DPM on this thing? Wargaming HP were always meant to be tied to tonnage. Yeah, that didn't last long though. We saw that when they started randomly shifting the health around by 10k left and right, like Odin and shit. 116k HEDP. 116k HEDP. Thank you. Let's see. 116k HEDP. Where does that put you? It puts you with the Minsk Leningrad less than Blyska. Wow, Blyska DPM is already garbage. That's not very good. Because Blyska, on the other hand, has like... How much health? 15.5. Okay. Ship-based ASW. Torpedo tubes 2x4. 6km range. Really fast, sure. But 2x4 as well. Wait, are they center ship? They're center ship, so you can launch 8 on a side. So you can YOLO with this thing. And drop like 80k worth of torps on a side. AA is a complete joke. Maximum speed 36.8. Surface detect 7.5, and you can't put the concealment module. So even if you build stealth on a full gunboat, which generally is sus, 6.8 conceal. Oh shit. Damage control. Standard. Smoke gen, 20-second duration 61. Charges 2, so you're gonna have specialized repair party. 15 times 2, 3, 8. Wait, what? Really? You can only heal 4k. What? Huh? So this is a Blyska with worse DPM, Worse torps. Bliska torps are 8 km. Less speed, much less health, even with the heal active. What? It's 2% health, but you basically... Yeah, I mean, I guess if we buff our HP pool, it's gonna heal like 5k instead of 4k. If we put survivability expert on it. It's gonna heal us for 5k instead of 4k. Thank you, Darn, for giving. But even then... The torps are much worse. Like, Bliska has... Bliska has 8 camp torps. Same conceal. Same conceal. But like, better torps. Oh really, we're not running this small build, whatever. But we have 3 heals. We have an 8 speed boost on top of our 39 knots. So this guy is much faster. It's much more health. General just better. I think it might be the same guns. No, actually 900 meter per second. I think Shelvost is better. Because these are 900 meter per second and these were 808. So the guns are slower. 1.4 million on Bliska. Flamu played Bliska. Oh, I played a shit ton of Bliska on here. But this was an old ship. This was a ship when you played back in the day. This was a ship you played back in the day. Let's see, Bliska. Here we go. 161 battles. I used to play a shit ton of Bliska on here. It used to be a good ship. It used to be a strong ship. But power creep. Power creep. Power creep. It is what it is. But why the fuck would I want to play a ship, buy a ship and play a ship that is significantly worse in basically every possible way?